What's up guys, welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is QD Yazdani and you guys are watching my channel Koraiwood. Alright, so before we go ahead with the methods, and we're going to talk about the return type, because we have already seen the void. As you're going to see here, we have already seen a method and we have already seen a void. So we just want to start the return. So how we going to use return with the methods. And before that, we're going to talk about the strings, because we are heading towards Android programming with Java. And keep in mind, when you program with Android Studio, there are a lot of we use a lot of strings. Say every now and then in our app we're going to use strings, whether you want to put an uppercase or lowercase, or you want to look at the length, or you want to put a substrings. Whatever the case you want to do about the string, you guys needs to understand the string. Okay, so we're gonna create a class here, just a string. So we're gonna put a class, for example, calculate string, or xyz string, or we put a, for example, x string, for example. So we put an x string, so I just want to make it look like a X files or something, but that's just a made up name. Alright, so we're gonna put our main function. We put a public static void main, and we put an array of string arguments, and now we're gonna start our string. So we're gonna use our good old friend scanner, and we're gonna use my string, for example. My string is equal to new scanner, and we put a system in system.in. Alright, so this scanner, my string that we name it, is exactly like here. This guy is here. So I'm gonna close this one, and I'm gonna close this one. So now we're gonna get some sort of string, and we're gonna put a string. For example, my string obj, we're gonna name it obj because that's our object, and a string my str, for example. Alright, so now we're gonna display something to the user. We put a system out println, and can enter any string, please. So we're going to get some string from the user, and we're going to store it to str. So we put a my str, equal to my str obj. We're going to use that object dot, we're going to put a next. So now whatever the user is going to put, for example, we're going to evaluate that one. For example, we're going to put the user is going to put a string, and we're going to put an uppercase, for example. So we put a system dot out dot println. We put your string uppercase case looks like this, and we put a plus my str dot, and we're gonna use inbuilt function to uppercase. Now we're gonna check our program, and we're gonna put some sort of string. We're gonna go here and run. We're gonna go on x string, and we're gonna ask ourselves to put some sort of string. For example, I'm gonna put a Yazdani, all lowercase, and you're gonna see here our program working perfectly. So as I said, in Android programming, you guys gonna be using string a lot. So that's what we're gonna do practice to get ready. So instead of you guys gonna come and you guys wait till then you guys don't know how to do this, then that's not going to be very good scenario. So we put an uppercase, for example, and now we're gonna do exactly the same ones, but we do lowercase, for example. So we do lowercase. Okay, so we're gonna paste it, and we're gonna put a tool, and then we're gonna put a lowercase. So here now we're gonna put a lowercase, lowercase. So we're gonna use for this the top one. Alright, so now we're gonna see in uppercase and we're gonna see in lowercase. So your string lowercase, then we're gonna see how our screen is gonna look like. And then now we put a Coraio, for example, because I'm gonna wanna make sure you guys need to put it this way. So the uppercase looks like this and the lowercase looks like this. So how about we need to see how long is the string. We see the length of string, for example, and you put your string length is and here we just put a length. Alright, so now we're gonna see that length and we're gonna run. So we put for example, another string. For example, we put a Coraio wood, for example, and that's uppercase, that's lowercase, and the length is 9. So that's the third one. And then we're gonna see, for example, if you want to select any part of a string, we put it here. So your string mystr dot for example substring, our we can put a character at, for example, we can put a char at, for example, for your string character number 4, fourth character is, and we can put a number 4, for example. So when we run, so now we're gonna put a very long ones. For example, we're gonna put a United States of America, for example. That's a uppercase totally, and that's a lowercase. It's a 21, and this one is number 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So looking here, if you start from because strings starts from the 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and the number 4 is E. So that's how you guys can trace your string, the number 4th character. So if you count it, don't count it from 1, but count it from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, and if you look in here, number 4th is, for example, E. So how about if you wanna, whatever the parts you want to select, for example, we put a selection, for example, and you got your string selection is my string dot substring. Say for example, we put a substring string, we put a number 2 to number 4, for example, and then we run, and we put a long live bold piece, and we look in here, that's our uppercase, that's the lowercase, is the length is 18, that's the L, and that's NG. So substring from 2 to 4 is 0, 1, 2 and 4 ng. That's your for example substring. If you can put it from 2 to, for example, 14, for example, you can put a 1 4, and you can put a very long string, and you can see that string. So for example, using long live volt piece, it's a very long. You're looking here from 2 to 14, and here that's L, and that's 18. That's a number of your strings. Alright, so now we gonna try say for example there is 2 more that starts with, and we're gonna see your strings ends with. Say for example you're making app, and you want to see if your app starts with this, it's going to return a boolean, for example. So it's a string object. We're going to see that your string starts with, for example. So how do we going to use this? Alright, so your string starts with is starts our ends, for example. So we're going to put it starts with our we're going to starts with what? It starts with, for example, United, and ends with, and we're going to put ends with, and here we're going to put ends with. We're going to ask if the user is United, if it's your string starts with a United, and we're gonna put say for example ends with America, for example. Alright, so we're gonna check if our string starts with America, United, and ends with America. We're gonna check, and keep in mind it's gonna put a true, either yes or no. So we have a typo here, and here now we're gonna put say United States of America, for example. Our string is gonna be United States of America. So look at here, that's our everything that's okay, and here both of them is false. Why both of them is false? Because here we have United is with the lowercase, and America is also lowercase. So how about if we change that one to put it uppercase? For example, if we change United and we change America, for example, now we're gonna check if it's gonna return true. So now we're gonna put it as United States of America, and here is true. Both of them is true because it starts with United, and I'm gonna put it starts with, and I'm gonna room here, and your string ends with, say for example ends with, and we can put a room here so we can see is it true or false. So we're gonna change this one. For example, we're gonna put a long leave world piece, for example. Then we're gonna put a world here. Okay, so we want this one to be true, but we want this one to be false. We can do that. So we're gonna put it here. We're gonna say long live world peace, and look at here, because they comparing the strings. It's a string comparison, it's true, but the next one, which is world, is false. So that's a string comparison as well. If you guys want to make your app that starts with what app, is it true or false, you can make it in a game as well. So you can use the game starts with such and such number. If the user put this one, is okay, otherwise it's false, like a maze game, like looking for a number game. So if the say user put such and such A B C, that's a wrong move. Otherwise our if it ends with this one is a right move. So but there are another ones called trim. You guys can use your with the passwords and things like that. And there is another ones like equals, you can compare it. And there is another one that's called concat, like a concatenation. You can use the concatenate two strings like first name and last name. So that's what the string is. And as I said, to being a successful Java developer, you guys needs to be fully master this string, because the strings are everywhere. You cannot escape this. So far we have used in all our classes, we have used string to get the first name, to get the last name, to get the username, to get the date of birth, sorry, to get the address, to get the first name, last name, to get the university, to get where the education system, where the user studied. So all of them comes in a string. So understanding strings is very, very important, and is essential part of learning Java object-oriented programming. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe Cryowood. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.